Are your bottlebrush leaves turning yellow? Now, wait, don't rush to blame yourself or think your plant is dying. Because here's the shocking truth. Yellow leaves are not always bad news. Sometimes, they're the plant's secret way of saying, hey, something's off. Fix it and I'll bounce back. And here's the part that surprises most people. Many gardeners actually make the problem worse when they see yellow leaves. They either drown the plant with more water, throw random fertilizer on it, or even give up and toss the whole plant out. Don't do that. Seriously, don't. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 real reasons your bottlebrush leaves turn yellow and the exact simple steps to fix each one. And trust me, reason number 3 is the one almost everyone misses. Even experienced gardeners in the US and Canada mess this up, and their bottlebrush plants end up suffering year after year. So stick with me until the end, because I'll also give you a bonus tip that's like a cheat code for bottlebrush care. It's so simple you'll wonder why you didn't do it earlier. Alright, let's dive in and decode the mystery behind those bottlebrush yellow leaves. If you want your garden to stay green, blooming, and full of life, make sure you hit subscribe and join our community. Every week, I post helpful tricks to keep your plants healthy and stress-free. Alright, let's jump straight into the 5 reasons your bottlebrush leaves are turning yellow and what you can do about it right now. First up, overwatering. Honestly, this is the #1 mistake I see, especially with beginner gardeners. Here's the thing, when you notice yellow leaves, your brain instantly screams, "Oh no, my plant is thirsty." But in the case of bottlebrush, that assumption can kill the plant, because instead of being thirsty, it might actually be drowning. When the roots sit in soggy soil, they don't get oxygen. Imagine holding your breath underwater. That's how your plant feels. The leaves then turn soft, limp, and yellow as the plant struggles to survive. So, how do you fix it? Simple. Stick your finger 2 inches into the soil. If it feels wet, don't water. Let it dry out before the next watering. For potted bottlebrush, make sure the pot has drainage holes. For garden soil, consider raising the bed or mixing in sand to improve drainage. Pattern interrupt. Think about it if you wore a wet sweater all day. You'd feel heavy, cold, and uncomfortable. That's exactly what overwatered roots feel like. Reason 2, underwatering. Now let's talk about the opposite underwatering. If your soil is bone dry and the leaves look crispy, brittle, and yellow with brown edges, this is a classic case of dehydration. Bottlebrush plants are tough, yes, but they're not indestructible. In hot summers, especially in places like Texas or California, they can dry out faster than you think. When they don't get enough water, they go into survival mode. The plant basically says, I can't keep all these leaves alive, so I'll drop the weak ones and save my energy. That's when you see leaves turning yellow. The fix: deep watering. Instead of tiny splashes, give the plant a good soak so the water reaches the deep roots. Then, wait until the top couple of inches dry before watering again. Mulching around the base also helps lock in moisture. But what if you're watering correctly and the leaves are still yellow? Here's the part most gardeners completely overlook, and I guarantee you it's going to surprise you. Reason 3, nutrient deficiency.
This one is sneaky.
Many people blame water, but sometimes the real issue is food or the lack of it. Bottlebrush yellow leaves can actually be a sign of nutrient deficiency. But here's the twist, it's not always the same nutrient missing. If older leaves are turning pale yellow, that's usually a nitrogen deficiency. The plant is pulling nitrogen from old leaves to feed new growth. If new leaves are yellow with green veins, that's iron deficiency, also known as chlorosis. Why does this happen? Over time, soil gets depleted. Rain washes nutrients away. And if your bottlebrush has been in the same soil for years, it's like trying to live off plain rice every day. You'll get weak. The fix: feed your plant. Use a balanced fertilizer designed for flowering shrubs, or apply a slow-release one in spring and midsummer. For iron deficiency, liquid iron supplements are a quick rescue. But here's the catch: fertilizer won't save your plant if your soil is working against you. In fact, it might even make things worse.
Let's get into that.
Reason 4, poor drainage or soil issues. You can water correctly. You can fertilize correctly, but if the soil itself is wrong, your Bottlebrush will still struggle. Here's why. Bottlebrush loves slightly acidic, free-draining soil. If your soil is heavy clay or stays soggy after rain, nutrients can't get to the roots. It's like putting food on the table but locking the kitchen door. The plant starves, even though the food is there. The fix: improve the foundation. Mix compost, sand, or perlite into the soil for better drainage. If your plant is in a pot, refresh the potting mix every 2-3 years. If it's in the ground, consider raising the bed a few inches. And now comes the sneakiest reason of all. Even if you nail watering, nutrients, and soil, you could still be battling yellow leaves. Why? Let's look at reason number 5.
Reason 5, pests or stress.
Sometimes, yellow leaves aren't about soil or water at all. They're about stress. Bottlebrush plants can be stressed by sudden weather shifts, root disturbance, or even pests. Look closely under the leaves. Do you see tiny insects or sticky residue? That's usually aphids or scale insects sucking sap from the leaves, which weakens the plant. Or maybe you recently repotted, pruned too harshly, or moved the plant to a new spot. Plants don't like sudden change, and yellow leaves are their way of saying, "Give me a minute to adjust." The fix, if it's pests, wash them off with a strong jet of water or use insecticidal soap. If it's stress, focus on stability. Keep watering consistent, provide some shade during extreme heat, and avoid disturbing the roots unnecessarily. The good news? Bottlebrush is a fighter. With steady care, it bounces back stronger, often with even more blooms. Okay, here's the bonus, I promised. If you only do one extra thing for your Bottlebrush this season, let it be this: refresh the mulch. A 2-inch layer of organic mulch around the base does 3 magical things. It keeps soil moisture steady, protects the roots from temperature swings, and slowly adds nutrients as it breaks down. Think of mulch as your plant's insurance policy. It prevents so many problems before they even start. And here's a pro tip: don't let mulch touch the trunk. Keep it an inch away so the base can breathe. Healthy soil equals healthy leaves. And if you keep the soil happy, you'll hardly ever see those Bottlebrush yellow leaves again. So, here's the big takeaway. Yellow leaves don't mean your Bottlebrush is dying. They're like little warning lights on your car dashboard. Each one is telling you something: maybe too much water, maybe too little, maybe missing food, maybe poor soil, or maybe just stress. But the best part is, you now know how to read those signals and fix them. And once you do, your plant doesn't just recover, it thrives. You'll see deep green leaves, strong branches, and those bright red Bottlebrush flowers that attract hummingbirds and make your garden glow. Remember, your plant is tougher than you think. It just needs the right care. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 problems have you faced with your Bottlebrush? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, share it with your gardening friends. It might save their plants too. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're building a community of gardeners who learn, grow, and succeed together. Your garden deserves to shine, and I'm here to help you every step of the way.